Now you may need a prop, you might need a block or a big book for the end of class. And you may need a strap for some of the poses, but see how you go with that. You can use a tie or a dog lead if you don't have one of those, and you can use a big book for one of those. And if you don't have a bolster, just grab yourself a really big pillow that you can lay over if you want to. So you can start just by having the bolster lengthways up the mat, just lying onto your back. Bring the soles of your feet together, let your hands come out to the side, and just bring your focus to your breath. Just feel your chest open. I like to bring my hands a little bit out to the side to get a deeper opening through my upper back. So I spend a lot of time bending forward. It's really nice to lie back over a bolster and just open up the chest, taking deep breaths in. You can even take the arms a little bit higher above the head to get nice and deep in here. Just taking deep breaths in. Letting yourself open. Just feeling the sensations in the body. Just noticing how the body feels tonight. The arms and the legs and the back. And then just gently bring the hands to the knees, draw them to the center. Roll off to the side and just move your props out. And just take your knees gently into the chest. I like to circle my knees here, just feeling the base of the spine against the mat. Just noticing the body. And just circle one way for a few rounds, and then circle the other way. So just changing that direction if you haven't already. And then just place both feet onto the ground. Take your right leg up and place your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Now you can stay here if this is where you want to stay, if this is enough of a stretch for you. Otherwise, just take your right hand in between your legs and your left hand and just draw the left thigh in towards the chest. You can always place it round the shin as well. Okay? So just holding this for a few breaths. And sometimes it's nice if you want to just curl up, rolling up through the spine, drawing the head towards the knee. And then gently release and extend the right leg up. Just point the toe, flex, point the toe and flex, and gently place it down onto the mat. With your next inhale, lift your left leg up. Place your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Just stay here for a breath and just allow the hips to open. Okay? Gently bring the hands, left hand in between the thigh, right hand around the thigh, or you can grab the shin and then draw the knees towards the chest. So taking nice deep breaths in here. Just feeling the body. And then gently release the hands. Place the right foot back down and extend the left leg up to the sky. Point the toe, flex the toe, point the toe, flex the toe, and then place the foot down. Bring both knees into the chest. Gently roll up and down the spine. And then rolling all the way up to a seated position. Rest your hands on your knees, and if you need to, you can prop a blanket or a block underneath your bum if you need support. Place the hands on the knees, take a nice deep breath in. Bring your right hand to the top of your head and bring your ear down to your right shoulder. Extend your left hand out to the side and just stretch through the neck. If you want to, you can lift the hand up and down. And when you feel a nice stretch there, just hold it. Gently release that left hand down. Let your head come back to the center and swap hands. Take your left hand to the top. Left ear down to the left shoulder and your right hand out to the side. You can leave it on the floor or you can lift up and down. If that feels good, feel the point at which you feel the stretch. And then release. Good. Take a nice deep breath in and lift those arms up. Interlock those fingers, pressing up. Deep breath here. Gently fold forward into the forward fold. Drop the head down. And then gently roll up. Bring both hands down onto your mat and coming into tabletop. Making sure you spread your fingers nice and wide, have your wrists in line with your shoulders and your knees in line with your hips. Taking a nice deep breath in here, you're going to extend your right leg out behind you and just tucking the toes underneath and applying a little bit of pressure back into the foot, so that you feel a stretch in the back of the leg. Only enough that it's not painful, but you feel the stretch. Then from here, gently take your right leg out to the side. Bring it back slightly so that your leg is in line with your hip, okay? Try your best. And then from here, you're going to lift your left arm up. So it's like a twist in gate pose. And then gently bring that hand back down and slide it underneath your right hand and bring it all the way to the floor. Your right hand can come out above you, or if you want to, you can bring it behind your back. So this is your thread the needle in gate pose. Gently bring that right hand back down, lifting up, placing that hand back down and slide your right leg all the way in a semicircle and cross it over your left and look back towards that right foot as it's on the floor, so that you get a nice stretch through the rib cage on the right hand side. From here, gently bring that right foot forward in between the hands. So if you have any problems with your knee, you can pop a blanket underneath your left knee and just lifting the arms up, coming into that lunge. Taking a nice deep breath in. You want your right knee in line with your ankle. Spread the fingers nice and wide, lift the chest if it feels okay. If your neck's okay, you can look up to the sky Taking a nice deep breath here. And then gently bring the hands down, straighten that right leg. Drop your head towards your knee, taking a nice deep breath in here. Then gently bring the weight forward, place the hands back down, bring that right leg back and just extend it behind you. Bring the right knee down, bring the toes together and take the knees wide, coming into child's pose. Drop the head down onto the mat and just take a breath or two. Coming back up into tabletop now. Extend your left leg out and tuck your toes underneath. And just apply a little bit of pressure back into that leg, just feeling the stretch in the back. And then gently bring it out to the left side so that your ankle is in line with your hip as best as possible. Plant the weight into your left hand and lift your right one up. So you're getting a bit of a twist here. It's an open twist, so it's good for everyone. Bring that right hand down and then gently slide it underneath, dropping the right shoulder to the mat, coming into thread the needle. Extending that left arm out above your head or across your back. Gently bring your left hand back down under your shoulder, lifting up, placing your right hand back, and you're going to slide your left leg around to bring it to the other side on your right side and looking back to that left foot. So feeling the stretch in the side of the body, the nice little opening of the rib cage and the top of the hip. And sometimes people feel it in the glutes as well. So it's good for runners, anyone that sits along. And gently bring that leg back, step it forward in between the hands, take a nice deep breath in, lifting up to that low lunge again, taking nice deep breaths in here, looking up to the ceiling. If your neck is okay, look up to the sky, taking nice deep breaths here. Then gently bring the hands back down as you straighten your left leg and drop your head towards your knee. Gently move the weight back forward, tuck the back toes and lift that back knee. Drop that knee back down, step back to all fours, tuck the toes, coming into child's pose. Now, if you want a more dynamic practice, you're welcome to come into downward dog here instead of child's pose. Take a nice deep breath in, coming back into tabletop. Extend your right leg out behind you this time and extend your left hand. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hand and foot together. So it's the left hand, right foot, and then extend out. So you inhale as you extend out, exhale as you bring the hand to the foot. Inhale as you extend out. Exhale as you bring the hand to the foot. Reaching out, connecting hand and foot. One more. And back. Bring both hand and knee down. Rebalancing yourself, just rock your hips gently from side to side. Extend your left leg. Extend your right hand and bring your right hand to your left foot and extend out. Hand to foot and out. Right hand to left foot and out. And again. One more. And then bring both hand and knee back down. So you can come into child's pose if you want, or you can tuck your toes, draw your chest back, and gently lift up into downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. You can walk the dog on the spot by bending one knee and straightening the other leg. So just gently walking on the spot, drawing that chest back towards the thighs, taking nice deep breaths in here. Gently walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Have your feet hip width apart and hold on to your elbows as you hang down. Just letting your head hang, your upper body soften. Now, if you have any problems with hamstrings, you're welcome to just bend your knees ever so gently. Take a nice deep breath in here. Feel the body, feel the upper back. Take deep breaths in. Gently roll up, all the way up. Bring your hands to the heart and then down into Tadasana. Take a nice deep breath in here. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the weight in the feet. This is your balance. This is your center. This is where you reconnect and ground into your body and you can find a foundation. This is where you work from. Take a nice deep breath in. Step your legs wide or jump them if you prefer. Turn your toes inwards. Take a nice deep breath in, lifting the arms up, interlock those fingers, press up. Gently release the hands down to shoulder height and turn your right toes out to the side. Bend your right knee, coming into warrior two, ankle in line with the knee. Nice deep breath in here. Turn the palms up, bring the hands together, and then gently release them down to the shoulders. Straighten that front leg and start to hinge at the hip, reaching out as far as you can reach, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Your front leg is straight. Left hand comes up, taking a nice deep breath in, triangle pose. You want your hands to be in line with each other, and if your neck is okay, looking up to your top hand. Deep breath, lifting up. Turn the toes towards each other, bring the hands to the heart. Extend the arms up, interlock those fingers, but swap the cross of the fingers so that it's like the awkward cross of the fingers, if I can say that, and just stretching up. So it's just going to work it slightly differently. Then allow the arms to come out shoulder height. Turn your left toes out to the side. Again, bend into that front knee. Knee in line with the ankle. Warrior two. Deep breath here. Holding here. Turn the palms up. Gently bring them together. Allow them to come back to shoulder height. Try and get them as level as possible. Then gently straighten your front leg. Holding here, you're going to hinge at the hips, reaching out as far as you can. Keep your right shoulder back. And then gently bring that hand down. Bring your right hand up in line. Take nice deep breaths in here. Holding here. Gently coming up. Turn your toes towards each other, bring the hands to the heart, and reach those arms up again, looking up. This time, bring them out shoulder height and bring your left hand underneath your right. Bring your palms together. Now, if you can't touch your palms together, just hold on to your shoulders, okay? The nice one here. You can move the elbows up and down a little bit. And then gently release. Bring your right hand underneath. Coming to that bind. Take a nice deep breath here. Feel the shoulders. And then gently release. Good. Turn, step the feet together. Coming into Tadasana, you're going to come to the top of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in, lifting the arms. You're gently folding down. So bend your knees if you can't touch the floor and stepping down to your mat. Coming back to tabletop. You're going to tuck your toes underneath. And from here, you're going to hover. We're going to work a little bit on the core before we do some more standing poses. So lift your knees up, holding here. And release. Okay, this time we're going to lift up and then push back into downward dog. So lift the knees, push back to downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. Then you're going to push, come back down, but hover the knees. Now, if you need to take rest, you can put the knees back down and then push back up, downward dog. Again, come to floating table, holding here. And then push back up, downward dog. Good. Last one, floating table, downward dog. From this point, if you need to take rest, you can take a child's pose, but we're going to just do a little round again. So you're going to come to a floating table. But this time, we're going to come into plank. So we're going to move the feet out, come into plank. Push back into downward dog. And then come to floating table. Plank. Downward dog. Floating table. Okay, the arms should be getting tired now. You ready? Last one. Plank. Downward dog. Floating table. Okay, you can break this up if you need. Now dropping down, coming into a child's pose. Gently coming back onto tabletop and extend your right leg behind you. Step it forward in between the hands. Take a nice deep breath in, tuck the back toes, lifting that back knee up. Plant your left hand and lift your right arm up. This is a nice open twist, it's okay. It's good for everyone. Bring the hand back down, drop the knee back down and step back. From here, step the left foot forward. Tuck the back toes of the right foot. Plant your right hand and again, open twist. Bring the left hand back down, drop the back knee, and step back. Good. From here, you're going to tuck your toes again, lifting up, and gently walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Hold the elbows, take a nice deep breath in, and gently roll up. Take a nice deep breath in here, and then bring the hands down, standing into Tadasana. Take your feet hip width apart now, okay? And just bend the knees. Take a nice deep breath in here. Now, for some of you, this might be where you stay. For others of you, you're going to take your weight on your right foot off. So you can lift your right foot off, balance on your left. This might be where you stay, okay? And you just bring your hands to your heart. If that feels okay and you've got your balance and you feel secure and you okay, you can bring your right ankle to the top of your left thigh. Now, we've done this once before, but on the floor. So just be very gentle with yourself, be gentle with your knees. So the balance is there. You don't have to pop it on here as well. Holding here. Now, if you want to take it that little bit further, you're just going to bend that knee a bit more. Holding here. That's going to make your balance a little bit harder. And then extend the arms up. So there's lots of variations. So you're either holding just the foot off the floor, or you're coming to the full variation. And bring the hands down, gently straighten the leg, release the foot. Walk your feet. Plant the weight in your right foot now. Bend your knee ever so slightly. Take the weight out of your left foot. You might stay here for this whole period, and that's completely okay. If you want to, you can bring the left ankle to the top of the right thigh, and you can bend, coming into like your standing pigeon. Taking deep breaths here. You can bend a little bit more, extend your arms up. Take nice deep breaths in here. Holding. Smile. Working on your balance. So whichever variation it is for you is where you stay. And then gently straighten that leg. Release that foot. Take a nice deep breath in, holding here. Release the hands down. Step the feet wide. From here, turn your right toes out. Okay? Bend into that front knee. Right knee in line with your ankle. Reach out with your hand and either bring it down to the thigh or bring it to the floor or a block. And then gently extend your left arm overhead. So lots of variations depending on what it is for you and where you're at with your body. Okay. And then gently windmill up, Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten that front leg, hinge at the hips, okay? But you're going to take your left hand forward, coming into revolved Trikonasana. So if revolved Trikonasana doesn't work for you because you don't want to do twist, just Trikonasana again, okay? So lots of options. And gently come up. Bend that knee. Turn the toes in. Take a nice deep breath in. Allow the arms to come out shoulder height. Turn your left toes out to the side. Take a nice deep breath here. Bend the knee. Holding here. Good. Again, you can bring the arm down to the thigh, or you can come right down into side angle pose. Bring your right arm overhead. Holding here. Whichever variation is right for you, you're drawing that right shoulder back. The palm faces the floor and it comes right over your head. And then windmill up. Straighten that front leg. We're going to hinge at the hips. Now you're either doing Trikonasana again, or you're going to do revolved Trikonasana if you're doing twists. Turning your right hand to the floor, left palm faces out away from you. And then gently coming up. Bend that knee. Turn the toes in. Step the feet together. Standing in Tadasana. Take a nice deep breath in here. Good. Lift the arms up. Gently fold towards the floor. Bend your knees if you can't touch the floor. Stepping back, either to plank or to your knees, whichever one you want. And then from here, just lower all the way down. Good. Take a nice deep breath in here. Bring the forearms to the mat and lift the chest up. Soften your buttocks, soften your hips, and just feel in the back. It's a little back bend like Sphinx. And then gently release. And you can either come back into child's pose or downward dog, depending on what you feel like you want to achieve tonight. So if you're in downward dog, just take a few breaths here. If you're in child's pose, take a few breaths. And then coming back down or coming into tabletop. Okay? From here, extend your right leg out. Bring it forward in between the hands. You're going to tuck the back toes and lift that back knee again. Okay? Pivot on the heel so that your left foot is at a 45 degree, and then you're going to windmill up. So lifting up into warrior two. From here, interlock the hands. So you should be able to see me, see my hands interlocking, pushing the palms together. Then from here, fold forward and lift the hands up into goddess, into devotional warrior. Not goddess, devotional warrior. So you're keeping those palms together, lifting them up as high as you can, and then gently coming up. Release the hands. Come back onto those back toes. Try and keep your balance. The front legs and right knees in line with the ankle. Lift the arms up, high lunge. Nice deep breath here. Holding here. And then gently drop it down. Bring the hands back down. Take the foot back. So you can come into child's pose. If you want a slightly more dynamic practice, coming into downward dog. No right or wrong, just whatever feels appropriate for your body tonight. And if you want, you can choose to make it harder or easier, depending on how you feel. And then coming into tabletop again. Holding here. We're going to take our left leg and step it forward in between the hands. Tuck the back toes of the right foot and drop the right heel to a 45. Lifting up, windmilling up into Virabhadrasana 2. Taking a nice deep breath in here. Holding here. Again, we take our hands behind, we interlock our fingers, and we gently fold forward, lifting those arms up in devotional warrior. Nice strong legs, nice strong arms, working the shoulders, working the back. And then taking a nice deep breath in, lifting up, release those arms. Come on to those back toes, holding here, feel your balance. Lifting the arms up, high lunge. And then with control, lower down to the low lunge. Bring the hands down and step the legs back. So child's pose if you want, or if you want a more dynamic practice, downward dog. Taking deep breaths here. Gently bring you back to tabletop and extend your right leg again. This time you're going to step it forward in between the hands, but you're going to try and straighten that leg. Just bring it out nice and straight. The back leg stays bent. Okay? Taking a nice deep breath in here. Just point those toes. Feel the body. Nice straight leg in front. You should feel the back of the leg. Some people might feel it in the ankle too. And then just gently bring the leg back in and take it back to tabletop. Take the left leg, extend it forward, point the toe, taking a nice deep breath in, and take it as far forward as you feel, holding here. So if you can go into full splits, you're welcome to. That is beginner's class, so we're not going to do that tonight, unless you can, of course. You do whatever you feel that your body can. And then gently bring that leg back. And from here, all of us moving into downward dog, tucking the toes, lifting up, drawing the chest back, downward dog. Lifting your right leg up here. Bend the knee and open. Look out underneath your right arm. Then gently come back to the center, place the foot down, and swapping legs. Taking the left one all the way out, bend the knee, open to the side. Taking a nice deep breath in here. Looking out underneath your left arm. And then bring it back to center. Extend that leg, bring the hand down. Walk the feet all the way to the front of the mat. Feet are hip width apart, holding the elbows. Nice deep breath in here. Gently curl up all the way. And bring the feet together now. Gently bend the knees, coming into chair pose. Holding here. Nice and strong in the legs. We need the strength in the legs. Deep breath. Gently straighten the legs. And then from here, if you need your block, you can use your block. I'll demo with a block and without a block. So you can use a book or whatever. So you're going to stand on your left foot, taking the weight out. So if you're going to use the block, you're going to have it in front of you or a book, just to give you some height, or you can just use the floor, place the fingertips down. Lift your right leg. So all you're doing is just lifting that right leg and coming into that balance. If you need to, you can hold the block here. Okay. If that feels okay to you, you can just plant your left hand and just start to turn the right hip up towards the ceiling. And then lifting your right arm up, coming into half moon. Now, the first phase is just the balance, then just turning the hip. That might be where you stay. Okay, if you're using the block, have the block there, lift up. You don't have to take your arm or your leg. You don't even have to look if that doesn't feel appropriate for you. Lots of variations. And then gently release. Slowly roll up and stand into Dasana. Take a moment. If you need to move your feet, you can. So these balances can be quite warming in the body. And then we're going to come to the other side. So planting the weight in the right foot. Okay. You have your block or the floor. You could use a coffee table in front of you if you need. And you're going to lift. Just take the left foot up. You point the toe or flex the toe if that feels more appropriate for you, whichever one makes you feel stronger. And then gently lifting that left arm, opening to the side, lifting up, coming into half moon on this side. It's probably going to be the hardest pose of the night because it's a balance. Just holding there and then release. So remember, just lifting the left leg up is the first stage. to getting strength to do this. And then release, gently rolling up and standing into Tadasana. Close your eyes for a moment and just feel the weight on the feet. Taking nice deep breaths in here. Feeling the body. And then opening the eyes, lifting the arms, gently folding down. Bend your knees if you can't touch the floor, stepping back into plank, or you can have your knees and lower down. So you can lower down like this, or you can lower down through plank. Release the hands, come to the forearms. Take a nice deep breath in, lift the chest, so we're in Sphinx. Just holding here again, feeling the body, feel how it feels. If it's different than the first time, you feel a bit more open. And then gently release down. Tuck the toes, untuck the toes. Bring the knees wide, coming into child's pose. Take a nice deep breath in here. Remembering this is your resting pose, no matter what you do. And then gently coming back onto tabletop. And just lifting through the spine. And then release back to a flat tabletop. And then lift up into cat. To a flat tabletop. And then lift into cat. And release. Good. One more. Lift into cat. And release. Coming onto your bottom. Taking your legs out in front. Just feel your seat bones on the floor. Draw the feet together. Bring the hands down beside you with the fingertips pointing forward. Lift the chest. So imagine yourself pushing into the ground like you're going to lift your whole body off the floor. And if you have long arms, sometimes you can lift yourself up. Often they'll use blocks on either side to give us a bit more length. And then from here, you're going to bring your right foot in towards your thigh. Your left leg is going to be nice and strong and straight. Lift your arms up. Now, for those of you who can't touch the toes, this is when your handy strap comes in. You can place it around the ball of your foot and gently fold forward. Okay. Holding the feet, that feels appropriate. Dropping the head towards the knee. If you find that you're a bit more upright, ideally you just want to lengthen through the spine. Feel the draw in the back of the leg. Taking deep breaths here. Wherever it feels good for you. And then coming up. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the torso, bring the hands down beside you, fingers pointing forward. Extend both legs, lift up. Lift up through the chest, lift up through the spine, lengthen. And then you're going to bring the left leg into the right thigh. Activate that right leg, take a nice deep breath in. Reach those arms up. And again, you're folding forward, Jani Shirshasana A. Into that forward fold. If you need, you bring the strap in, drawing back, taking a nice deep breath here. Folding, activating through the spine or folding forward, wherever that is for you. And then gently come up. Bring the hands down, fingers pointing forward, legs out straight, lift up through the spine. Taking a nice deep breath in here. Now we're going to keep both legs together. Now if you have any lower back injuries, you're welcome to roll a blanket underneath your knee. Taking a nice deep breath in. We're going to fold forward into Paschimottanasana. So holding the outside of the feet, dropping the head down. If you need to, you can take your legs a bit wider, whatever's going to work for you. And again, you can use the strap. You're drawing back, lifting the chest nice and high. And you can just work on bending the elbows, lengthening through the spine. So you want to hinge at the hips rather than round through the spine. So lifting up, taking a nice deep breath in here, feeling body. And then gently release the feet. Coming back up, we're going to lie back on our mat now. Have your feet hip width apart. And you're just going to gently lift your hips up, rolling them all the way up to about the same height as your knee. Lifting up, bridge pose. And then gently release down. From here, you're going to take your arms above your head. So you're going to lift your hips and take your arms above your head at the same time. So lifting your hips, arms come overhead, holding here, and then gently bring them back down as you lower your body. Good. 2 more of these. Lifting up. And then rolling back down through the spine, bring the hands back down. And 1 more. Lifting the arms up, lifting the hips, bridge pose with the arms above your head. And release. Now, you can do the same action if you want. This time, so you can repeat the same 3. Or 4, we're going to do 4. So you can repeat the same 4 styles with just lifting the hips and out. Or you're going to lift the arms above the head, lift the hips, and gently lift the right leg. Hold here. And release. Lower down. So you're either repeating the first set, or you're going to do this set. So you're going to lift up. And this time we're going to lift our left leg, holding here, and then bring the foot down, lower down, and 1 more on each side. So lift the hips, lift the arms, lift the right leg. Bring the right foot down, lower the hips, lower the arms. And now we're going to do the left one. Lift the hips, lift the arms, lift the leg. Holding here. Drop the left leg, drop the hips, bring the arms down. Good. Now take your feet as wide as your mat. Gently let your knees come down to the right. Your arms can come out to the side, and if you want to, you can turn your head away from your knees. So we're coming into our final few poses before our relaxation. Just taking nice deep breaths in here. Feeling that twist. Now, if you want to deepen this twist, you can bring that right ankle on top of the left knee, but only if that feels okay for you. This is an open twist, so it's suitable for everyone. Gently release that right foot. Bring the knees back to the center And just take a moment here. Now you can either extend the legs out or you can draw the knees in and come into a happy baby. So you bring your hands on the inside of the legs. You're grabbing the inside of the feet or the outside of the feet, but your arms are on the inside of your legs. So then on the inside of your legs and your knees are coming down towards your arms, like you're squatting on the ceiling. Gently release the feet. Place them down again on the edges of the mat. Let the arms come out beside you and then let your knees come down to the left. If you did the variation on the other side, you can bring the left ankle to the top of the right knee, okay? Taking deep breaths here. Feeling the body. Noticing the difference on the sides. And gently release that left foot. Bring the knees back to the center. Now you can extend your legs out along the mat, coming already into your relaxation. You can pop your bolster underneath your knees if you need support. You can just let your arms relax. Let them soften beside you. Now just close your eyes. Feel the points at which your body touch the mat. Feel yourself get into a comfortable position. Feel your legs become heavy, your buttocks soften, your shoulders release onto the mat. Let your hands become heavy and soft. Your shoulders and arms just release. You might even gently move your neck from side to side. Just making sure there's no tension in the upper shoulders, in the neck, or in the jaw. Allow yourself to come into a still space. Feeling your whole body surrender into the stillness. Feel your breath. Feel the breath coming in and out. With each breath you take, feel your whole body release and let go. Gently move the breath throughout your body, allowing it to soften and release. Just allow your focus to be on your breath, that ebb and flow in and out.
Feel yourself completely let go from the top of your head, flowing all the way down through your body to your toes. Feeling that sensation of softness, of stillness, that complete sense of peace and calm. Allow yourself to take some deeper breaths, filling the lungs and then gently sighing out the air. Take one more deep breath in and really make an audible sigh. And then gently wiggling your fingers and toes, just bringing some movement back into the body. Allow that movement to spread so that you can stretch through your whole body and then gently roll to the side of your choice, lying there for a moment, gently opening your eyes. Let the light filter back in. And then in your own time, gently making your way up to a seated position. Gently crossing the legs. And just lengthen the spine. Rest your hands on your knees. I'm going to close our class tonight with a single Om to just help bring some balance back into our body. And because no one can hear you, you can make it loud. Bring the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in. May peace stay with you tonight. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me tonight.